Hi, everybody. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and today I'm bringing you another turtle. Does the fun ever end? This is Deborah, and as we're starting off the video, she's just leaving the gym, so she's going to put us all to shame that she goes to the gym. But I hear her laughing. So she has a great story to tell us, and she assures me she's a turtle. And so, welcome, Deborah.
Thank you. Thank you. I am happy to be here.
I love your
And
smile.
yes, and today's my 48th birthday.
Happy
Yes.
birthday. What a wonderful video to have to do on your birthday.
Yes, yes.
All right. So you can just dive in because you seem to me like a woman that doesn't need prodding.
Okay, well, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Like I said, today is my 48th birthday. And I dibbled and dabbled in keto probably about 2 years ago, but I didn't take it serious until I went to the doctor one day, and I was 288 pounds. And she took my blood pressure, my cholesterol, everything was good. And then she asked me, she said, Deborah, are you having trouble? Any trouble? You know how they ask you about how you feel. I said, well, my knees are hurting. And my doctor is a matter of fact person. She said, because you're fat. I was like, what? So I looked and, I knew I was fat, but I didn't need her to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? And she said, if you don't lose weight, you're going to start having these problems. Your numbers are going to go up. You're going to have knee replacements. So you need to do something about it. And I'm very hard headed. So I left the doctor and I went to McDonald's because that was my plan for the day. After my doctor's appointment, I was going to McDonald's. So I got my McDonald's and I went home and I was sitting and eating, and something came over me and said, Deborah, do you want your daughter to bury you because of something you can control? But I'm a registered nurse, so that's what's the funny part about it. So I looked and I was like, no, I don't. So I got on YouTube, started looking at meal prepping and looked at keto more serious and never looked back. So that's my journey, and it's hard. I mean, I fall off sometimes because carbs, they call me. I'm allergic to them because they swell me up. They break my face out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I love it and I don't want to go back. I work out 6 days a week, and it's funny, my cholesterol was good when I was overweight, but now that I've lost a lot of weight, my cholesterol numbers went up. So now she's concerned about that. But I'm not going to give up keto because I know I can get my numbers down. I just got to lay off the meat a little bit, and we're going to go from there. But that's my story.
So this is your doctor now that your cholesterol's gone up. She's all ready to write that statin script.
Well, she gave me 2 prescriptions. She called them in. So both my parents are registered nurses. So I called my parents, and my father was like, Deborah Ann, do not start that. You know exactly what to do to get your cholesterol levels under control. He said, we all know that once you start taking one pill, you have to take another pill for that. He said, not once did she ask you to change your diet. I was like, no, sir. He said, it's all a money game for those doctors. He said, don't you do it. They called me for that prescription, honey. I let that phone go to voicemail. I am not picking those up. I'm going to continue to work out, and I'm going to stop eating. Instead of 5 pieces of bacon a day, I'm going to eat 3. So
I love you.
Yes, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to start that because she's worried about heart failure, but the medications that she gave me causes heart problems, congestive heart failure, because I take care of patients that have congestive heart failure, and they never had it in their family until they started taking these types of medications. So
True. I love that. And it's not unusual for our cholesterol to go up. So
right.
There's all kinds of mostly engineers out there. Once you get hooked up with those sort of people, if you follow them, and they do all kinds of testing and really dissecting things. Ivor Cummins, his kind of crowd, and it's not uncommon. My cholesterol, I think, was 564.
Right. Yeah, mine. And the funny part about it is I'm going to say it's only 318. I don't think that's bad at all. I've seen numbers higher I've seen numbers 800. I've seen numbers 1400, believe it or not. And look, 318 is not bad at all. I can get that down. I know exactly what to do. And Walgreens calls me every day with a voicemail telling me to pick up those prescriptions, and I'm leaving them there. Yes.
Good for you. Well, they say that LDL doesn't really matter, that it's a shuttle for the good stuff in your body. It's like the train with all of the little things on it, and it just reminds me of the engine that could, or whatever that little nursery rhyme was.
Exactly.
But and older women need cholesterol.
Yes, I'm 48 today, and I need that for my memory. I need that. So we're not going to start any medications. I don't take any medications. I take a little vitamin B12 and a vitamin, women's one a day. Other than that, I feel great. I look great. I'm not starting that. It causes muscle weakness. I do boot camp 6 days a week. I can't have muscle weakness. So no, we're not doing that.
Happy 48th, by the way. I could be your mother. Oh my God.
Thank you.
So anyway, all right, Deborah. So let's walk us through your morning. You wake up, and what's the first thing you do besides peeing?
I drank 8 ounces of water, and I put 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar in it. That's the first thing I do. I get dressed and I do intermittent fasting also. So my first meal is at 9:30 because I get a break around 9:30, and I eat, of course, my bacon, and I meal prep. So I cook all my foods on Sundays, and I eat breakfast around 9:30, and then I eat my last meal at 12:30 p.m. for lunch. And then I don't eat enough. And then I get off from work at 4:30. I do boot camp at 5:30. And then I go home and do what I need to do at home. And my day starts all over again.
Wow. All right. So now let's fill in all the blanks. So I'm just firing out the stuff to you. So track, weigh, measure. What do you have for each meal?
Okay, for breakfast, I was having 5 pieces of bacon because I love bacon. Why not? I have 5 pieces of bacon, and I do, a friend of mine raises chickens and ducks, so I get my eggs from her. I just recently got into eating duck eggs. They're delicious.
And they're big too, right?
Yes, they're big. So you only need 1 instead of 2 chicken eggs. So I scramble my eggs in the morning before I leave for work. And I put like a pinch of cheese. I don't measure my cheese because it's just 1 egg. So I put a pinch of shredded cheese. I put it in a container, and I go to work, and I eat that for lunch. I'm sorry. I'll have like, yesterday I had salmon. I had 8 ounces of salmon, and I had some broccoli. And I eat a half of an avocado every day with my lunch. So I try to stay under 20 carbs. Sometimes I go 21, but the way I work out, it evens itself out. So that's what I do. I usually have like Tuesday, I had 14 grams of carbs. So, and I put everything in my Fitness Pal. So I stay around 20 grams of carbs a day. Now today I'm not because it's my birthday. I'm going to indulge just a little bit. My brother made me some keto desserts. So,
nice.
Yeah, he's lost 60 pounds. My brother has.
Did he start before you, or did you start before him?
No, I started before him, and he said, I can't give up my bread and my sweets, but now he's giving it up. So he loves it, and he looks good too. So, yeah, I'm proud of him. But, yeah, I stay around 20 grams of carbs a day.
I don't think you've told the turtles that are watching how much weight you lost.
104 pounds.
Amazing.
Yes, 104 pounds, and I love it. I don't know if you can see, but I'm put together.
Oh my God! Look at you.
Yes,
you've got a waist, and you've got no tummy.
Yes. So, 48. I'm not doing too bad.
You aren't. So give me a percentage. What do you think the percentage of food versus exercise makes in your food program and your success?
For me, it's the food, because I could exercise all day, but that hour that I exercise, I'm around food the other 23. So my thing is, if I don't bring it in my home, I don't eat it. I'm sorry because I'm walking to my car, but
That's okay.
If I don't bring it in my house, I don't eat it. My rule of the day is if whatever's in my lunchbox, that's the only thing that I can eat. And that's it.
Do you have a
So,
novelty lunchbox?
no, not really. It's just a basic little lunchbox. Yeah.
Oh, I was just wondering if you had a cute little lunchbox. You just seemed like the type that might have one. So now, before you found keto, as you were on your journey to the bottom,
Right, right.
what trouble did you get into? What diets were you on? What success did you have?
Okay, I did Weight Watchers, and Weight Watchers is designed to keep you fat because if it wasn't, they wouldn't make any money. If you lost all the weight you needed to lose on Weight Watchers, they would be out of business. So
I
I
think they're
think
just. Go ahead.
Weight Watchers, I did Weight Watchers, I did Jenny Craig, I did the cabbage soup diet. And you know what? This is sad. Me and my best friend, we did the baby food diet. It was a disaster. Where we ate baby food. I mean, it was crazy because we were so we wanted to lose weight so bad. We were trying anything. And we didn't know about keto because keto was frowned upon. When you do your research, keto is frowned upon because you eat a lot of meat, you eat cheeses, you eat, dairy, you don't eat fruits and you limit your vegetables. And like you said, it's sad, the standard American diet, that's what we're taught, the triangle, dairy, grain, meat, cheese. And it's another way. But the doctors, they're designed to keep your fat. I'm telling you. And I use the word fat a lot. People don't like that, but it is what it is. I mean, 288 pounds, I was fat. I was. So yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's
Okay.
all right. You got
Next.
you got to do what you got to do. All right. So you did a lot of buddying up and doing food plans with people, and found that those things just didn't work out. Now, your best buddy that you did all those plans with, is she doing keto now?
Well, no, she's not. And we talked this morning, and she always tells me that, she looks up to me because I stuck with it. But I told her, I said, you need to watch Pearls of Wisdom because you have your thing, Miss Slick. And honey, Miss Slick was sneaking her, and you won't even know she's there. My trigger is sweets. I can't have a little miniature Milky Way because that sets me off to wanting the next thing and the next thing. And before you know it, it's blown out of control. And it's so hard to get back on track for me. It's almost mission impossible. And before you know it, you've gained weight. And I'm like, okay, get back on it. And I don't wait till the next day. I do my next meal. I get right back on it. That was before I started taking it serious. Before I lost 104 pounds. There's no yo-yoing, like you said, you can't because it's Friday. You can't go and get a big chocolate milkshake, none of that. When I said I'm gonna probably do 30 carbs today instead of 20 because you only turn 48 once. But I'm not gonna overindulge, on sweets and junk like I know I can. Miss Slick, she'll sneak in and I can't let her sneak in.
I mean, she doesn't have her name for nothing, does she?
Right, because she's slick, honey. She is slick.
She's sprayed in Pam. So how are you with coffee or diet sodas?
I don't drink diet soda at all. As far as coffee, I use heavy whipping cream and Splenda because I used to drink my coffee to where I wanted it as white as the driven snow, as much sugar and cream as I could get in it, and it would be at the bottom of my cup by the time I got finished. That's how much sugar and cream I used to like. But now I use heavy whipping cream at Land O'Lakes and Splenda because I'm not giving up my coffee. I love it.
Oh no, me either. It's like don't even go there.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Here's my lunchbox. It's in the car. I don't think there it is.
Oh, that's adorable. Okay.
Yeah. My lunchbox.
Yeah. You got your sassy on your nails. I saw.
Oh,
they're sparkling. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep my finger. Yeah. Went and got them done yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
For the show, I hope.
Yes.
And your birthday, right?
And my birthday. Yes.
Right.
Oh, and I'm a grandmother too. So yes, I have a 5-year-old granddaughter. So I have to stay healthy for her also.
Yeah, and you got to be able to show her that you can blow out your candles.
Yes, yes, today, because she's gonna make sure she says she's gonna help me blow out my candles, and I'm gonna need some help with 48 of them.
I know, really. Wow, it's a bonfire, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I think it's great. And so how sweet of your brother to make the keto desserts. Have you ever had keto desserts before?
Yes, and I mean, they are delicious. He makes his version of the Reese cup, and it
Okay.
is so good. It's so rich. He uses I forgot the name of the sugar he uses, but he says it's one carb because he makes them small. I've only had one, and it was delicious, but my sweet tooth would go, she would, yeah, I can't do it because I would end up at yeah, getting a Cinnabon. So I can't do it. I can't. So
From,
I don't.
from one Reese's Pieces
Yes.
miniature to Cinnabon.
Yes, I would. I'd be like, well, you done messed up. You might as well go get you a Cinnabon. You know,
Yeah.
it's all in the mind.
I think that that's great when you said you were slipping up and you could make it change with the next meal.
Yes, yes. I didn't wait till Monday. I didn't wait till the next day because it could have been Wednesday. And I'd be like, well, I used to think, well, I'll just wait till Monday. I done messed up. Let me go ahead and have a good time. Have a food funeral. That's what I call it, a food funeral.
I
Yes.
love food funeral tough talk.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've had many of them in my day. So yeah, I get back on the next meal. I do 0 carbs the next meal. I'm back on it. Yes.
This sounds like a strength and a structure that you definitely, like your muscles, you developed a strength and a structure, and nobody's going to derail you anymore.
No, nope, not even Miss Slick.
That's great. So do you work in a setting where there's other people around you that have watched you just get smaller and smaller?
Yes, yes. And I mean, when I walk in, they like, Deborah, you're melting away. And I'm like, and then they'll ask me, so what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I do X, Y, I do keto. And I explain to them. And then they're like, no, but what else are you doing? And I'm like, I work out, I drink water. No, but what else? They think it's an easy fix. So I'm blunt. I don't know if you can tell. And I'm like, there's no magic pill. You have to give up some things. Well, I'm not doing that. Well, that's why you're going to continue to look like you look. Point blank simple. I mean, don't ask me what I'm doing and then, well, I can't do that. Well, don't ask. It's as simple as that. It is. I've been accused of having surgery because, people see me and then they see me, they like, she had to do something else. No, I eat keto and I work out. That's it. I mean, that's it. It's rough. Every day I struggle, but I stick to it and keep moving.
Now, how about saboteurs? Do you have any of those where you work? Food
Yes,
pushers?
because I'll be setting and I'll chart and I'll have somebody come up. It's only certain people, and I call them the haters. They'll come and I'm writing, looking down. You want some M&Ms? And they know what I do. And I'm like, no, thank you. Oh, one's not gonna hurt. Yes, one will. One will hurt me. It sends me over the top. Oh, or then they'll say, you want some? Oh, that's right. You don't eat sweets. And I'm like, well, if you know that, why offer it to me? So yeah, I call those haters. I don't call them saboteur. They're haters. Yeah. So yeah. And a lot of people, they'll say, Deborah, it's a veggie tray in the break room, but I brought donuts, but it's a veggie tray in there also. So I have those people that love what I'm doing. They love it. So, they behind me 100%, but you got those very few, yeah, that don't believe in keto. So they try to offer me stuff.
Wow. And what do your parents do? How are they about food? Because there are ends too.
Um, let me see, my daddy's 69 and my mother's 66. Now my father, he's like 6'3" and never been overweight in his life. He can eat anything. My mother's like 4'11" and she's slightly overweight. So my brother and I always say our father gave us everything but his metabolism. My mother gave us her metabolism. So, but they eat whatever they want to eat. They like, we good, it is, but they don't have any health problems. So
I
they're
would
okay.
too. If I
Yeah.
didn't, if I
Yeah.
wasn't overweight, that would
Yeah.
keep me here. But the health part does keep me here. So tell me some of your non-scale. Are you still losing?
Right now I'm at a plateau, and I think it was because of wintertime. I didn't work out as much. You go home and you just like, oh, it's 2 degrees. I'm not going back out. So but right now it's beautiful here in Kentucky. So I'm getting out more, and I'll probably start losing more. But if I don't lose another pound, well done. Well done. Well
When
done.
was the last time you weighed what you weighed?
Um, oh God. I can't even remember. It's been a long time since I was out of the 200s, and I plan on staying out of the 200s. So yeah, but I have this one pair of white pants that I purchased that I would love. They fit now, but you know how you want a certain outfit to look. So I need to lose probably about 8 more pounds before I think they'll look perfect. So I'm going for that. Yeah, yeah. And if
That's
I
a
don't,
great goal.
yeah.
And if you don't, I I interrupted you.
Oh no, and if I don't, oh well, eventually I'll get in them the way I want to look in them. Yeah.
I love that. That works, right?
Oh yeah, it works for me.
Now, so tell me some of the non-scale victories that you're enjoying um, now that you're fully adapted into keto.
When I work out, I can do burpees. I love doing burpees. When I'm sitting in the car, I can see my thighs, my stomach. Look, I'm looking down. My stomach isn't hanging on my legs. You look down, I can cross my legs. When I was putting lotion on my calves, I was like, oh my God, your calves are smaller. And the one thing that I celebrated, I was never able to wear thigh high boots. I own like 8 pair now.
Well, I would too if they, finally fit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yes.
got I got like 30 boots right over there, and it's still cold enough here, so we're wearing them. But oh, this is delightful talking to you. I'm enjoying. All right, so tell me who you like to watch on YouTube.
Of course, pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
Why not? I watch Casey, uh, Keto with Casey.
Yep.
Um, you know what? You two are really, especially you. I like you because you keep it the realest, because you talk about Miss Slick, and you talk about that it's you're going to slip up because you're human. Other people that are on YouTube, I don't they'll say they can look at sweets and turn their nose up. They can look at carbs and turn their nose up. I'm not there yet. And I always think, because you're human, when you see that stuff, you have to look at it and be like, wow, it would be nice to be able to eat that type of stuff and still remain the size that we are. I can't get into people that are unrealistic. I think you're very realistic. Casey is somewhat realistic. Sometimes she gets on her high horse and I'll be like, but I think you keep it 100. Some of the people that I watch, like the people that do the fathead pizzas and the people that do the lazy keto, that doesn't work for me. So I can't really watch them, because I'll try to eat that type of stuff and it'll derail me.
So
So
you you've got a big dose of wisdom as one of the benefits of keto is that you've seen what works for you and how you've lost 104, and you know that there's just neighborhoods you just can't go into.
no, I cannot. I cannot visit those neighborhoods. I drive right past them.
That's great. And it's nice to have the support in your family with your brother too, because a lot of people do this really alone and they have to live with people that, have those sort of things. I live with people. I had to learn how to squint, with Greg, the fine art of squinting. I don't even see this stuff. And, but for some people, it's just a constant trigger and they can't get, it's hard to get past it. It's hard to deal with it. You have to do that head thing when like you walk into a place and there's all that, like a buffet or a party or a holiday or something? Don't you have to like all this head stuff that nobody even knows is going on?
Right. And you do. If I'm lucky enough, I live by myself. So if I bring it, whatever I bring in the house is there. So if I don't buy it, it's not there. So I'm lucky enough to live by myself. So if I'm craving something, it's not there. So I can't eat it because it's not there.
Too bad, too sad. Have your
Right.
what was the last thing that you, what was the last thing that you tweaked in your food plan that made a difference?
Let me see. What was the last thing? I can't. Oh. You know what? Dairy. Because I noticed that when I was eating a lot of dairy, um, this was like right now I said I've stopped losing because of, winter, and it was lackadaisical with the working out and this and that. But as far as dairy, when I was still losing, I noticed when I cut down on my dairy, it took me out of one of the plateaus that I was on. So dairy was keeping me on a plateau. So I tweaked my dairy. That's why I said I do a pinch of cheese. Instead of measuring it out, I can do a pinch. And I know that right there. And instead of putting cheese on everything, just very little cheese is what I eat now.
Yeah, I gave up the heavy whipping cream and switched over to a couple of non-dairy creamers that are keto. And I don't know if it's made a difference in my weight. I only weigh once a month. How often do you weigh?
I weigh every Monday morning because it keeps me accountable over the weekend.
Perfect.
So that is my thing. I can tell if I didn't drink enough water. That's the main thing for me is water. And during the winter, it's just mission impossible for me to drink water because I want something hot because it's so cold. But now that it's spring and I'm getting out more, I can drink more water.
Good. What about electrolytes?
I have my pink Himalayan salt. Other than that, nope. I don't count electrolytes. I don't get into the electrolytes thing. I just think if pink Himalayan salt works for me as far as muscle cramps, pickle juice. I also have pickle juice in my refrigerator when you get muscle cramps. That's a good one.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been just delightful, Deborah. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad it was your birthday. This is fun.
Yes.
And I'll definitely want to do a follow up with you because it's just an interesting story. I love your energy.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
yeah. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to say goodbye to the turtles that are watching us, and then it's going to be just you and me, and we'll close out. So thank you, Deborah, for being here and bringing your wonderful story to the turtles. You have so many great tips that I'm sure they can integrate into their own program, and they've probably learned a lot from you. And anybody that's lost 104 pounds is a success in my book. So I'm going to say bye to the turtles. You don't go anywhere.
Bye. Okay.
Thank you.